Okay, man. So there we have it. That is The Kids Are All Right, y'all. 1979 Who documentary. Some very interesting stuff. They are really zany. They are wild, especially with the presence of Keith Moon in the mix. It's just never anchored at all. But they have enough clarity to kind of give you an insight into their creative genius, their performing prowess, all that makes them really, really iconic, you know? Yeah, without Keith Moon, though, they definitely would not have reached the level that they did. But of course, Pete's songwriting and their overall abilities definitely would have taken them to a certain extent, but not where the presence of Keith helped to take them, that is for sure. Now, you can say that about all the members, man. But yeah, man, they are definitely a fantastic addition to the lineup of classic rock, aren't they? Could you imagine modern music being what it is without the presence of the Who in it? Unfathomable. So, alright, yo, this is what we'll do, man. Too much sugarcane rum, I gotta sober up. So I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break, and let's come back for a review. Alright, see you in a bit. Okay, y'all, here we are, man. We're back again. Let's hit up a little bit of a review, man, for this film. Great film, man. It really shows them up close and personal. And the Who, these guys, they really have a special place in history, man. You know, great contributors to modern music. And like I said before, I can't imagine the world of music without the presence of the Who in it. We're very, very fortunate to have had them here in this place in this period of time, you know, to reflect back on the music and their craziness, their zaniness, all of the notable things that makes them the Who, you know. Fantastic presence, you know, coming into the British invasion at the latter portion around 65 and just changing and shifting things and moving a trend forward, you know, foundations of heavy metal, psychedelic rock and all of that sort of thing. You know, the concept album, they've done so much, man, for the cause of modern music and classic rock. So let's do a little review here, man, for The Kids Are All Right. The Kids Are All Right is a 1979 rockumentary film about English band The Who, including live performances, promotional films, and interviews from 64 to 78. It notably features the band's last performance with long-term drummer Keith Moon, filmed at Shepperton Studios in May of 78, 3 months before his death. Production. The film was primarily the work of American fan Jeff Stein, who, despite having no previous experience in filmmaking, convinced the band to support the project and served as the film's director. Stein had produced a book of photographs from the band's 71 tour when he was just 17. In 75, he approached Pete Townshend, The Who's principal composer and lead guitarist, about compiling a collection of film clips to provide a historical reference for the band's fans. Townshend initially rejected the idea, but was persuaded by the group's manager, Bill Kerbishley, to give their cooperation. Townshend was also encouraged at Stein's suggestion that the film could do the touring for the band at a time when the guitarist was having doubts regarding life on the road. When Stein and his film editor, Ed Rothkowitz, previewed a 17-minute compilation of clips from their US television appearances to the band and their wives, they could hardly believe the reaction. Townshend was on the floor banging his head. He and Moon were hysterical. Daltrey's wife was laughing so hard she knocked over the coffee table in the screening room. Their reaction was unbelievable. They loved it. That's when they were really convinced that the movie was worth doing. Stein knew that many of the band's best performances and most memorable moments had either never been recorded or been lost, erased, or discarded. For more than 2 years, he collected film, television, and fan film footage in England, the US, Sweden, Germany, France, Australia, Norway, and Finland, in some cases actually rescuing footage from the trash. Nevertheless, there were gaps in the depiction of the band's catalog and persona that required the shooting of new material. This began on the 20th of July in '77 at Shepperton Studios in Middlesex, England, with a light-hearted rehearsal of old songs, including the Beach Boys song Barbara Ann at Stein's request. That was funny shit, man, Barbara Ann. The film crew then spent 5 days chronicling the daily life of drummer Keith Moon at his Malibu, California home, including his 31st birthday party. Finally, Stein attempted on several occasions to record performances of songs that were not covered by the archival footage, particularly Baba O'Reilly and Won't Get Fooled Again. A special one-off show at the Kilburn State Theatre in December '77, staged for the film, was considered too rough to use, so a second show in front of an invited audience took place at Shepperton Studios on the 25th of May in '78. Both songs were performed to a much better level and were included in the film. My Wife from the Kilburn Show was included on the soundtrack album, but not on screen. Yeah, I saw it flashed on screen in the credits. The sound editing was supervised by bassist John Entwistle, and with the exception of a '65 performance of Anyway, Anyhow, Anywhere, where Entwistle had to replace a missing bass track and the footage of Moon smashing a drum kit, as the original 8mm footage was silent. Moon overdubbed drum sounds. Most of the sound was authentic. I didn't read that right, sorry. That sentence was long as hell. It had no breaks, man. Entwistle did fight for and won getting him and Pete to overdub their backing vocals on the Woodstock footage because Entwistle deemed the original gig's backup vocals dire. During the process of sound editing, on 7th of September '78, Keith Moon died. All of the band members, except Townshend, had seen a rough cut of the film just a week before, and after Moon's death, they were determined not to change anything. The film premiered at the Cannes Film Festival on the 14th of May in '79. The Who promoted the release of the film with some live performances with their new drummer, former Small Faces and Faces drummer Kenny Jones. A soundtrack album was released in June of '79, including some songs and performances from the film. The album reached number 26 in the UK and fared better in the US, where it peaked at number 8 on the Billboard album charts and went platinum. Moon's final performances. The film incidentally became a sort of time capsule for the band, since Keith Moon died only 1 week after he had seen the rough cut of the film with Roger Daltrey. Moon, according to Daltrey, was deeply shocked by how much he had changed physically in just 15 years, from a young, good-looking boy to a spitting image of Robert Newton. After Moon's death, the rough cut did not suffer a single change, since neither Stein nor the rest of the band wanted to turn the film into a homage to Moon, but to celebrate his life and career with The Who. Okay, and there's two music reviews here. One from AllMusic, and the other from VintageRock.com. So first, AllMusic, it's a paragraph. AllMusic review, Greg Prado. Quote, The Who's '79 movie documentary The Kids Are Alright is widely regarded as one of the best documentaries of a rock group ever released. And with good reason, at 99 minutes in length, it features the perfect blend of songs, interviews, and interesting non-music clips from the early 60s up until Keith Moon's untimely death in '78. But what really holds the viewer's interest for the duration are the band's continuously fiery performances. The Who was long considered the world's greatest live act for good reason. Yeah, absolutely, man. Let me know if you think that there's another act as lively, as entertaining, and as engaging as The Who. That'd be quite interesting. Let me know who you think in your mind is. The opening Out of Control clip My Generation from the Smothers Brothers TV show was shocking stuff for the time, the mid-60s, while live takes of Baba O'Reilly and Won't Get Fooled Again from Shepperton Film Studios in '78 are among the finest and most energetic live rock performances ever captured on tape. Also included is footage of the band's show-stopping set at Woodstock. Yeah, speaking of that, question. I can't remember. I would have to go all the way back to my Who reactions or maybe read it up or whatever the case is, but you guys probably know this. Why did Pete Townshend not like Woodstock? In the film, he said he didn't like it, but he didn't say why, and there's no explanation afterwards. If you remember and if you know your Woodstock history with the Who, tell me why that is. I remember that they had a little incident with Jimi Hendrix where they had to go on before him and they did their thing and they did their smashing and this and that, and Jimi Hendrix, trying to upstage them, set his guitar on fire. Was that a contributing factor to why he said that he didn't like Woodstock? Let me know about that. I'm just throwing things out there. Man, where the hell was I? Oh man, okay, last sentence. The Kids Are Alright is a thoroughly entertaining must-see for fans of The Who and rock and rollers everywhere. Alright, man. So that's the first review by AllMusic, Greg Prado. So the second review is from Sean Perry of VintageRock.com. Sean says, quote, "For Who fanatics, purists, and punters, nothing quite tells their story like the 1979 Jeff Stein documentary, The Kids Are Alright. Summing up the band's golden years right up to the year of Keith Moon's demise, this feature film would set a precedent for rockumentaries and behind-the-music-like programs. Stein, a Who fan and film school graduate, was the perfect foil for the notorious foursome, who more than likely made his life a living hell during the many months the movie was in production." Yeah, man, that could have... what a story he's got to tell. Through all the madness, Stein painstakingly pieced together a brilliant montage using footage from various pop music and variety shows, promo spots, concert sequences, and whatnot. In a year when the Who have become synonymous with controversy, adversity, and nostalgia, the DVD release of The Kids Are Alright should help fan the flames of their legacy. Available as a single disc or as a double special edition, The Kids Are Alright have been digitally restored and includes previously unseen footage. Okay, and that is... DVD information. The DVD was released by Pioneer Home Entertainment. The digitally restored version of the film was premiered at the New York Film Festival in October 2003 with Daltrey, Lewis, Steins, and Alberian in attendance. Okay, man. So that concludes our Wikipedia review of The Kids Are Alright. Great film, man, and definitely for a Who fan. If you're a Who fan, you've probably seen this film a number of times, and you probably own it somewhere. But thanks to all of you who have sat with me for the last 2 hours going through all of this and listening to my sugarcane-infused little chirps in between. Thanks very much, man. Hope you enjoyed this. I do plan on doing some more documentaries, and the documentaries are primarily for me in regards to my education wading into classic rock even deeper. It has nothing to do with my regular reactions, so to speak, but it's more something for me, and a lot of people want to see me reacting, so there you go. I'm just checking out my notes down below here now. So I got reactions in the shoot. I got to do Barry, Don, Mike, Jeffrey, Randy. I've got a Dazed challenge. I believe that's Mike's. And Antoine sent me some stuff, some previous stuff for Led Zeppelin, earlier Robert Plant stuff. That's before the formation of Led Zeppelin. I think when he was maybe in the Band of Joy, or maybe even before that. And I know that some of these songs are with John Bonham, so I'll check that out sometime soon. And of course, where Zeppelin is concerned, I'm working on their fourth studio album that's coming up. So that's what I got in the shoot, man. Down the road, some more documentaries, some more interviews, and things of that sort. That's where I'm heading. So, with that said, thank you very much for joining me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this film like I did. I really like The Who, man. And yeah, they're one of the very, very best ever. And it's a great credit to have them as icons and pioneers in the classic rock movement. Definitely one of the, and yeah, man, Who Month, like I said, when I was doing Who Month for Artist of the Month, when I had that going, The Who was the biggest and the most viewed artist where it comes to Who Month. Where it comes to Artist of the Month, it was The Who, and then it was the Allman Brothers. So those two were the most viewed and most thumbed up Artist of the Month series. And I did the most reactions for one particular artist in a month period of time for The Who. One of my supervisors is a Who fan, so he let me skate out of work early, man, and I'd bounce home and I would just crank off all of these reactions. I think overall it was 23 that I got done in the month of April. Anyway, man, you can go all the way back and check that out if you want. So thanks again for joining me. And Freddy66, thank you again for the link and the recommendation, man. I'll definitely do more rockumentaries down the road. All right, y'all, have a good one. Enjoy your weekend. Take care. And I'll see you in my next reaction. Peace.